Y'all, I got kicked out of my groups yesterday because of my attitude that I don't have. Truth is, I got kicked out because I don't believe in God. And you all know this because some of you follow me also over on Witches and Wicca YouTube. So my religious beliefs got me removed from the group, and honestly, I couldn't be happier because it was so nice to not wake up to somebody going, oh my God, post 3 things today and make your comments, and if you don't post on the groups, don't post on your personal page. I'm like, you bitch more than my mother does. So anyway, it's okay, because it gives me more time to devote to the things I actually care about, and that would be you guys in my own groups and channels. So, fuck them. Who needs them? Don't ever stay somewhere or try to get people to see your worth. They'll realize that they should have been nicer to me and kept me on when my groups compete with their groups and win. And I can't wait to see it go down. I'm sorry, but they were horrible people. I'm not really a vindictive person, but these people were fucking evil. They didn't care who they hurt. And,
you know, and I did post on my
I'm not fond of having
my Instagram, my Twitter,
religious beliefs
YouTube
used
has
against
a
me.
community tab
So
up here somewhere where you can like post what's going on and whatnot. And I posted on there that I was not going to upload last Monday. I was skipping a day, and yeah, I was just giving you a heads up. But it seems like a lot of people miss that. It happens. So just know in the future, if I ever go missing on a Monday, or I miss a video in general, I probably posted it somewhere as to why I missed a day. So just a little heads up, because I got a ton of messages, which is great. Like, it's nice that you guys are very invested in these, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, I posted it everywhere I could. I tried. I did. I got it. If you're new here, every Monday I've been sitting down, getting ready, doing my makeup, and then talking about true crime or a murder that's happened or something that's true crime related. I know the two don't make sense, but I mushed them together, and this is what we got. Today I wanted to talk about Lavina Johnson. Have you heard about this story? So, the thing is, this story... Hi friends, how are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Hi, my name is Bailey Sarian, and to do here, hi, my name is Bailey Sarian, and on Mondays I sit down and I talk about a true crime story that's been heavy on my noggin, and I do my makeup at the same time. If you're interested in true crime and you like makeup, I would highly suggest you hit that subscribe button, because I'm here for you on Mondays. So, last week we talked about the Casey Anthony trial, or just Casey Anthony, I'm sorry. This week, we got another one, okay? This one's I always requested, and that is, Jodi Arias. You know her? Well, let me tell you, she's crazy. She's different. Great. Glad we had this talk. And that's the story. Before we jump into Jodi's crazy ass, we do have a sponsor for today's video. Today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Oh my gosh, I love HelloFresh. Get mouth-watering seasonal recipes and fresh, pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door with HelloFresh, which is America's number one meal kit. HelloFresh makes cooking at home fun, easy, super easy, and affordable. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week to help you break out of your recipe rut. I feel like right now a lot of us are just kind of eating the same thing every day, and it's like, with HelloFresh, it cuts out the stressful meal planning and prepping, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. They even have like the 20-minute option. They give you pre-portioned ingredients, so there's less prep for you and less wasted food. You can also add extra dinners or lunches to your weekly order. Maybe throw in some extra proteins, some yummy compliments, like HelloFresh's best-selling garlic bread. Something special going on with that garlic bread. It's real special. I personally love HelloFresh because it's super easy. They break down the recipes step by step with visuals. It helps, okay? Usually I start kitchen fires, but with HelloFresh, no kitchen fires. It's so easy, even I can do it, and that says a lot. Right now, you can go to HelloFresh.com and use code SARIAN10 to get 10 free meals, including free shipping. I want to say a big thank you to HelloFresh for partnering with me on today's video, but most of all, a big thank you to you guys. I do not have very long to get ready. I'm supposed to go to work. And that's a fact. Okay, so if you're ever curious as to what I'm using on my face, I do leave it down in the description box down below. But other than that, I will stop rambling and get into the story. So first we're going to start with Travis Alexander. So Travis was born July 29th, 1977. And growing up, Travis said that his life was pretty rough. He was one of 8 siblings, and his parents were both meth addicts. They would leave the kids to pretty much fend for themselves most of the times. Travis remembered his mom sleeping for like 4 days straight, and the kids tried their best to make dinner with what was left in the kitchen, which was like nothing more than canned soup or spoiled food. So as Travis got older, he knew like his only option to saving himself was to get out of there. So he pretty much moved away to Riverside, California to live with his grandmother. Now his grandmother, she took him in. She was Mormon, and she introduced him to her faith. Now, Travis took his new faith very seriously. He went to church consistently and was dedicated to his new religion. Even as he grew up and gained his own independence, he was still very loyal. So when Travis graduated high school, that's when he went on a mission with his church, which is kind of like a rite of passage. After that, he then moved to Mesa, Arizona, because it was known for its Mormon faith-based community.
My baby kitten,
Mesa, Arizona, it's located pretty close to Phoenix and is a good size. It's a good size city with like a warm desert climate.
Yeah, the only reason he's in here is because my oldest cat has left the building. And I wanted to have the room to run into if she runs into any issues.
So then Travis got a job with
because the mama cat is not very nice. And I don't know if she's in the house. I didn't see her downstairs. She might be back outside already.
Multi-level marketing or direct selling is massive in the Mormon community. They're often called, pyramid schemes and not really known for being the most legit way to do business. So Travis is working there, and he also found a passion as a motivational speaker. So sharing his story and his struggles with others who have maybe gone through the same thing as him, his rough upbringing. He beat the odds. He broke the cycle, got away from drugs as a kid. Like that's great, and he just wanted to share that story. I support that. Who wouldn't? He was also writing a book about everything that he had been through called Raising Me, and also worked on a blog where he was sharing his story, his thoughts, all that stuff. Now, at the age of 29, Travis was pretty successful. He was good looking, he had a lot of friends, he loved making people laugh, and was known to be quite a flirt. With his work success,
oh my
he was
God,
able
hold
to
on.
buy his own home, and he also rented out 2 rooms to his friends, and also had a little black pug.
Why is this even on the fucking
Yeah,
floor?
I mean, things just seem to be going really well for Travis. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about Jody, who is the other player in this story. The killer, let's just say it, because she is. Now, Jody. So Jody was born July 9th, 1980 in Salinas, California. Now, she was the oldest of 3, and there's really not much said about her upbringing. It seemed somewhat normal. In middle school,
Sorry guys, give me a second. I gotta pick up this mess that they're making.
in some Tupperware, and she was storing it on their roof. Her parents come across it, they find it, right? So her parents then are like, okay, we're gonna search your room because we need to see what else you got. You got the devil's lettuce? Not today. They go through her room, and Jody said that they were invading her personal space, and she just felt like the trust between them was completely broken. Jody would write in her diary a lot, saying how her parents completely violated her space. But it's like, babe, you're middle school, you're growing weed, like, what do you expect? And, I mean, that was, like, one thing about her upbringing. I'm laughing because it's like, her parents seemed to try. They tried, and I don't know where it went wrong. So when Jody was in high school,
Sorry about that.
family moved to a new town, and Jody would write in her diary how she felt, like, really out of place, like she didn't belong there. She seemed very upset and very alone. She really didn't have anyone to talk to. This may be way too dark. Whoopsie daisy. So her parents described her as being intelligent but strange. Her father would say that they thought perhaps maybe Jody was bipolar because she would be fine one second and then the next second she would fly into a fit of rage. Her dad said that Jody was very verbally abusive towards her mother, but was the kind of person that never took responsibility for her actions. There seemed to be like some kind of tension going on between Jody and her parents. She was hard to understand, but they seemed like they tried their best to
also got a job working as a saleswoman for a place called Legal Shield, prepaid legal service that Travis also worked for. So September 2006, Legal Shield was holding a work conference in Las Vegas where they had a bunch of their employees come out, travel expenses covered. Great. Go to Vegas? All paid? No, God, tell me twice. So at this convention, they would meet different team members, they would attend different speaking events, get motivated to sell, So on one of the nights, there were a group of people meeting up to have dinner at the Rainforest Cafe. Bougie. A group of people, including Jody, were there. They're standing outside, kind of waiting to be called in to be seated. So then Travis walks up to the group and introduces himself, and he goes up to Jody. He's like, "Hi, I'm Travis." And everyone who was around them said that there was an instant connection between Jody and Travis. They just really hit it off. So the whole dinner, they talked and they got to know one another. Travis seemed smitten. Friends and coworkers were excited because Travis had been single for a long time, and everybody was just really rooting for him to find the one that he was going to marry. So when they saw Jody and Travis chatting it up, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, she's the one. This is so great. I'm so happy for him. I just need a little bit more concealer." Anyway, so that night, Jody and Travis, they stayed up until 4 in the morning just talking about life, religion, and everything. So the next day, Travis was telling coworkers and friends that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her and that Jody was just perfect. The only downside was that she wasn't
Okay.
Mormon. He couldn't be with her
Okay.
unless she became Mormon. So
Sorry,
once
move.
the work
Go on.
convention was over,
Go on, little one.
Jody
Come
and
here.
Travis, they exchanged phone numbers, but they both had to go their separate ways. Travis went back to
Excuse
Mesa,
me.
Arizona, and Jody went back to Palm Desert. They did keep in contact, pretty much forming a long-distance relationship. So remember how I said that Jody was in a relationship? Yeah,
She
was.
gone.
So she was
She gone, Tartar.
and she ends up breaking it off with the guy. She knew it wasn't
It's like
going
having
anywhere.
extra
She wanted
kids
to get
sometimes.
married. She wanted to have a family one day, and her current boyfriend was already married once before, and he did not want to do that again. So they broke up. Jody and Travis still kept in touch, and Travis thought that maybe he could introduce the Mormon religion to Jody. So he gave her the Book of Mormon, and he invited her to church a couple of times. He had Mormon missionaries go out to her home, knock on the door, like, "Hey, do you know where you're going when you die?" Or whatever they say nowadays. Travis said that anytime he spoke to Jody, he would always try and sneak in, some Bible quotes, just trying to give her a good impression of the Mormon religion. He later gave her a CTR ring, which is like a purity ring. He gave her some Jesus paintings and their church president's biography. Some sources had said that Jody, she already had been taking an interest in Mormonism before meeting Travis, probably because of her job. It was all Mormons working there. But it seems like their relationship is what really got her more involved with the church. So only 2 months later, on November 26, 2006, Jody was baptized into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and Travis was the one who baptized her, so she was in. In February of 2007, Jody and Travis made it official. Still, they were living in different states, but they would call and email often. The two of them, they would take a lot of vacations together because they didn't live in the same place, so it just became easier to meet at a location, spend some time together. Jody would bring her camera and they would take a bunch of pictures. They bought this book that was 1,000 places you have to see before you die, and they were going through that list and just traveling together. So over the course of their relationship, they exchanged 82,000 emails and they sexted often. The couple had some hot, steamy sex, and Travis would refer to Jody as his kryptonite. Now, in the Mormon faith, having sexual relations is a big nay-nay. I mean, a big one, though. But Travis and Jody were giving into temptation and getting all sorts of freaky. Occasionally, Jody would bring her camera into the bedroom with the two of them, for some memories. Travis said at the time, it felt like he had a big weight on his shoulders because he knew, what he was doing, and he knew he shouldn't have been having sex, but he would tell people, he was almost addicted to her. So Jody, again, she was still Jody, though. She would write emails to Travis telling him that she had a stalker and that someone was following her and watching her through the windows. She said that this stalker was telling her that she should be with him, the stalker, and not with Travis because he was in a different state and he didn't deserve her. So Jody's telling Travis this in an email that she's scared and whatnot. So Travis is a little worried about Jody, and he tells his friends, like, oh my gosh, I'm scared for her, she needs help. And then the friends kind of kick some common sense into him. They're like, no, Jody obviously wrote this email herself because she wants you to invite her to live with you. Now, this was never proven, but based off of Jody and what she does, I believe this is probably true. She just wanted attention from Travis. She was trying to get him to invite her over to his house, anything she could. So Jody couldn't afford her house anymore, and she had to sell it. Now, she said that Travis begged her to move to Mesa to be closer to him, but the reality was she moved about 10 minutes away from Travis and didn't even tell him. No, she moved 10 minutes away from him, didn't tell him. Jody, no. Jody didn't talk to her family much. Didn't really have much of a relationship with them, but she would talk to them every so often, and she told them that she was moving to Mesa because she was planning on marrying Travis. And that's really all they knew. They never met Travis, never saw him, rarely saw her, and they were just kind of like, okay, she's getting married apparently. So after moving to Mesa, she went to go surprise him, let Travis know that she moved in, just down the street. So she goes over there to his house, and she discovers that he's with another girl on what seemed to be a date. She was upset. You're probably wondering how she saw another girl there and stuff. But you best believe Jody's looking through the windows like it was just a full-blown creep. She would keep showing up to his house unannounced. She knew the lock codes. Get right in, okay? She would even break into his house through his doggy door. Yeah, she was not welcome, and this is what she was showing. So Travis said that, he would stand his ground, be very upset with Jody, telling her to leave or to get out, and then other times he would give in, and he would have her stay over for some sexual lovin'. She knew that, he would give in to her, so she kept doing it. Nobody was holding her accountable for her stupid, dumb actions that were also illegal. Jody told Travis that she didn't have a job yet. She had no money. So Travis gave her a job cleaning his house, gave her a sexy maid outfit to wear while she's doing it. Travis was trying to move on. He found this girl through his church named Lisa that he was trying to date, or at least showing a lot of interest in. Jody was keeping tabs on this new relationship by hacking Travis's social accounts and emails, seeing the messages that the two were sharing. Jody didn't like this, somebody coming up trying to take her man, so she decided, I'm going to start harassing Lisa. And she would do so by knocking on her house windows and doors late at night, scaring her, obviously. That was Jody. So one night, Lisa and Travis, they're, at Travis's house watching a movie together when Travis's dog starts barking, letting them know somebody's outside. So Travis, he gets up, he's like, I'm going to go investigate. So he does so, he's looking around outside. Who pops up? It's Jody. Jody was outside the house. She was peeking through some windows. She tells him that she was there watching them sleep. He tells her to leave, and she does. But the next morning, Lisa got an email from someone unknown calling her a shameful whore, chastised her in the name of God. Again, there was no proof that it was Jody, but if you use common sense to put two and two together, maybe you can connect the dots here. If Travis went to Lisa's house, he would come outside and find that his tires had been slashed. Jody would write in her journal how unhappy she was and she just wanted to die. Poor Lisa, who got involved in the middle of this, she had to tap out. She was like, this is too much, I can't handle it. Somehow, Travis convinces Jody to move back to California to live with her grandparents, figure herself out. Maybe down the line we can be friends, we can connect. Just trying to get her to just go. That's what Jody did. She moved back to California to live with her grandparents. So once Jody left, Travis was relieved and just happy that Jody was gone. Jody was working as a waitress at a restaurant that her parents had owned, which allowed her time to focus on her true passion, which was photography. tried to meet potential partners. She would end up meeting a man named Ryan. Now, Ryan also worked for the company Legal Shield as well. She just thought, that he was extremely good looking. He was also Mormon. He seemed very successful, but he lived in Utah. The two of them, though, they would chat and keep in touch through MySpace, I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure there, but I'm pretty sure with MySpace. But I do know that they were speaking and they were planning on meeting sometime soon. Travis, luckily, had moved on, and in February of 2008, he met a woman at the LSD singles night. Whoa, LDS. I am so sorry. Sometimes I get the two of them mixed. LDS, Mormon Singles Night. Singles Night? How fun. But he met this woman named Mimi. Now, she was perfect in everything that he was looking for in a future wife. But she saw Travis as more of just a friend and not really someone that she was interested in dating. Travis, though, he was interested. He was interested. Lo and behold, Jody starts reaching out to Travis again, calling him on his phone, leaving voicemails, talking to him whenever she got the chance. Jody would call Travis and have phone sex with him. Little did he know that she was recording the conversations between the two. Some people believe that she was doing this for blackmail, but who really knows why she was recording it? Something happened between Jody and Travis, and the two got into a very big fight. They were going back and forth via email. In the emails, it was never revealed what the fight was about, but Travis was very upset and very hurt, telling Jody she was a liar, everything was a lie, and to leave him alone and never speak to him again. Like, it was passionate hate. He was upset. Again, they said Jody's grandparents.
Hello?
So Jody's grandparents had
Hello?
her there, and after Jody left, the
Uh,
took place.
recording? Why?
How much do you have left on your card for Walmart?
I don't know why.
Why are you having attitude today?
I don't have an attitude. I'm asking why because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we spent last. Or how much was on it prior to that. I would have to call it, and it's downstairs at the moment.
That's fine.
So why?
Because I am craving something in this fruit,
Okay.
and I was going to see if we had enough that you could grab it.
What is it?
Avocados and tomatoes.
What?
Avocado and tomatoes.
Neither of those are fruits, but okay.
Tomatoes actually are fruits.
Oh, tomatoes are actually fruits.
And a green onion.
The F?
What?
What kind of weird shit? Are you pregnant or something?
Yes, and it's your baby.
I mean, at this point, it might be because these are weird ass fucking cravings you're eating.
Well, actually, the green onion would be for my chicken salad stuff. And the tomato and avocado, yes, is just to eat.
Yeah, weirdo.
I'm not weird. Do you eat just tomatoes?
Yeah, nobody eats just avocados.
Yes, I do. Lots of people do. That like them is the fucking problem.
Okay, well, I'll see where I'm at after work, and I'll pick some up.
Okay. I'm all the way out in Inglewood.
Okay. Ow.
And way the fuck out here.
Yeah. Ow.
What is your problem?
I can't get my fucking earring in.
Okay.
These earrings give me a fucking headache some days.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's because they pierced my fucking ears all crooked.
I know. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Hare Street.
Huh?
Super crooked.
What?
My ears look super crooked.
Yeah. So getting
Shit,
earrings
it's the
in,
next street.
getting earrings in is a fucking bitch.
Dude, get the fuck out of my way, bitch.
I got it in, finally.
Good job.
Oh god, it's enough to give
Turn
anybody an
left
effing
onto Hare
headache.
Street. I'm gonna turn left on Hare Street.
Okay.
some fucking weird names I've been on today. I was on a Yohi, Y-O-H-E.
Huh?
Yohi, and there was donkeys out in the field. So
I realized yesterday the GPS does not always pronounce the names of the streets correctly.
Oh, I know. It's probably different.
I can't hear you over your GPS, so start over.
I said Yohi is probably sound different on the GPS. But all I can think of is as I'm on this street and I see the donkeys and Yohi.
No, but I'm just saying because Jesus, fuck, shut up, GPS. God damn.
I'm almost to my house that I need to deliver at. That's why I keep talking. Yohi.
But anyway, yesterday,
Turn left onto Hare Street.
I give up. I'm not talking anymore.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Peach Grove Drive.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead, talk.
No, she gonna say shit.
She is gonna say shit, but I turned her down.
Anyway, as I was saying, I realized on the way home yesterday, because I was listening to...
Gun stolen. So Jody told her grandparents, like, oh my god, someone broke in, stole your gun, but nothing else. Like, it just wasn't making sense, but it happened. It's random, but it'll make sense later. On June 2nd, Jody made plans to drive up to Utah to visit her new love interest, Ryan. So before going to her trip to see Ryan, she first went to a budget rent-a-car in Redding, California. So Jody is going there because she wants to rent a car. But mind you, this place was more than an hour away from her home. Premeditated special. So she goes to rent a car and they bring out a red car. And she tells them, no, I don't want a red car. She felt like it would attract attention. So they gave her a white one instead. And off Jody went. Well, she was supposed to be driving to Utah. Her phone was turned off. She said it died, but then it was turned back on many hours later. Jody was supposed to get to Utah on June 4th, but she didn't arrive until June 5th. Jody called and emailed and texted Travis throughout her trip. She even left a voicemail on the night of the murder, rambling about making plans and how she was on her way to Utah and had accidentally driven 100 miles the wrong way. So when Jody returned the rental car, the floor mats were missing, and she mentioned that there was a Kool-Aid stain in her car. And that got me thinking, I wonder how many times, like, people who work at rental car places, this is just a side note, how many times they see Kool-Aid stains. During this time, Travis was back in Mesa, Arizona, getting excited because he was going on another work trip, but this time to Cancun, Mexico. So Travis was working out, trying to get in shape because he was going to be in a bathing suit and stuff, but he also invited Mimi, the woman that he was interested in. He thought maybe he could take her on the trip.
Okay, and this is today's look for Disney movie Blue. I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed spending time with you all. And I will see you all tomorrow, where we will be doing Disney's Bolt. Have a wonderful day, make good choices, do what's right for you, and don't let anybody make you feel like you don't matter. Bye!